Good morning, Hunt County, and welcome back to your Monday market update that we have every week regarding everything real estate in Hunt County. Today, I have a very special guest, Jaime Huddleston with Trilla Appraisals. I know a lot of you guys have questions about how appraisals happen, about appraising, and Jaime is one that is local here. She's actually in Hopkins County, Hunt County, Rains County, all around this area. So she is one of the go-to appraisers that I go to when I have questions. So we thought we'd bring her on the show and answer some questions for you guys out there. So Jaime, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me on your event. I think it's really awesome that Ashley, that y'all do this with your company. Anyway, but so I have been a real estate agent. I was just telling Ashley, I think 15 years, 15 or 16. But Ashley and I, how we met, we sold real estate together, I guess about 10 years ago.
About 10 years,
something like that. I've been appraiser for 5.5. So I really wasn't, it's not like a dream of mine. I didn't dream to be an appraiser or anything. The opportunity came to me and I took it, and I love it. I love the analytical side of it. I also, I still love real estate. Real estate's in my blood. It's my passion. So yeah, I love all aspects of it. But Trilla is named after my children, Trip and Stella. If you notice in my business card, there's two little hands that do that. That's their little hands.
Oh, right there in front of the T. I see.
Yes,
okay,
instead of like the C, it's their little hands. So yeah, building a legacy for them. Yeah. I hope they want to do this one day, but if they don't want to, that's okay too.
Yeah, but absolutely.
Anyway,
I love it.
Yeah, so that's just a little bit about me.
Okay, so for those people who don't know what appraisals are, what is that? What is an appraisal?
Okay, so the lender has to have a value of a home when it sells or when it's being refinanced. If it's new construction, they need a third-party person, which is the appraiser. So they contract out appraisers to give an unbiased opinion. So, if it was somebody in my family or whatever, I can't do that because it would be biased.
It could be biased, absolutely.
If I sell a piece of real estate or if I list it,
yes.
I absolutely cannot appraise that. That is super biased. So it is an unbiased opinion of the market value
of a property.
Of a property,
and
of land, of house and land, just home and lot, whatever it is. Yes.
And the reason is these mortgage companies, they're doing hundreds of loans. They can't physically look at these properties, so they're relying on the appraisers that they have hired to go to these properties and give the actual value in the market. Exactly,
and we are the eyes for the lender. So when you see Zestimate, let me tell you about Zestimate. You do not go off Zestimate, okay? Because I have walked into a house, I thought it was going to be awesome. The outside looked taken care of, and then I walk in, and guess what? The whole thing was gutted. Mm-hmm. There wasn't even any drywall. They had gutted it down to the studs, like there was no flooring, nothing.
And Zillow doesn't know that.
How would Zillow know?
Yeah.
Did they go in? So that is why it's so important for a physical person to go inside and inspect these homes and see the condition and what the lender is actually lending the money on.
Okay.
They need to know. It's important. And it also, if you're in a purchase situation, it is protecting your buyer. Because the buyer needs to know that whatever they're offering on that contract, it is worth that money.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Because you should never be in deficit with a home.
Yeah.
You should always be on the up.
Yeah, you don't want to be upside down.
Upside
down
on
vehicles.
Right.
Yes.
This is different. This is real estate. You should always be able to have equity in your home and know that you were paying the correct price.
Yes, absolutely. So, and it's not just refi and purchase. People can come to you and say, I want to know my house value because I'm going to put it on the market. Or there's a divorce or stuff like that.
Somebody passed away. There's an estate situation. There's all kinds of different avenues that appraisers go down. Divorces are a big one. because, they have to know the value in order for equity to be split. Estates, the same thing. There could be several heirs. They have to know the value so they know how to split the money when they sell it. There's just foreclosures.
Yep.
That's a big one. Not necessarily right now. Thank you, Lord, for that. But there are foreclosure situations, and the lender has to know what the value is to be able to sell it, because if somebody's not making their payment, they've got to be able to sell that and get their money back.
Yep. They don't want to be at a loss.
Right. They don't want to be at a loss at all.
Yeah.
No bank. No bank.
Nobody does. Not just banks. We don't want to be at a loss.
No, I don't either. Yeah.
So when we're talking about purchases, you have a buyer and a seller. They're under contract. Buyer has a lender. Lender has said, okay, let's get the appraiser out there. I'm going to schedule the appraiser. So if the buyer has questions, the seller has questions, are they allowed to call you, or who can reach out to you during that purchase?
Okay, only the person that engaged me. And let's talk about that. So you're the buyer, so you're ultimately paying for the appraisal, correct? So you think that you can contact me. Well, you cannot. And your agent cannot contact me. Okay, the only reason I contact the listing agent is to gain access to the home. The only person that can talk to me about that appraisal is who ordered it, and that's either the lender or an AMC. An AMC is a third-party company that orders for the lender. Some lenders, they have a third-party person, like a processor sometimes. The loan officer cannot order the appraisal directly. I don't know if you're aware of the 2008 real estate situation, but that all changed with appraisers, okay? So the AMC came in, that's a third-party person. So I'll just, ABC company ordered an appraisal for 123 lender.
Yeah.
Okay, so the people who are allowed to contact me about this appraisal is ABC, AMC, and 123 lender. Those are the only people that I have to answer to. I think people have a lot of misconceptions on this, and I can see why, because they did pay for it.
The buyer essentially is paying for it, but the buyer is not the one who ordered it, so they are not your client.
Exactly, and it is the law.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Now, what if you have questions and you reach out? Can you reach out to an agent if you have a question about a property?
Yes.
And you can communicate that way.
Right. And there's sometimes when I'm pulling comparable sales, I have to reach out to agents because there was no interior pics on the MLS.
Yes.
So I have to call them and say, hey, what kind of condition was this in? Was it updated? Like, if it was updated, what kind of updates? Like, I need specifics, not, they just painted and threw some floor in there. Okay, well, what else? So
was there granite countertops or mica countertops?
Right, did they change the electrical? If it was built in the 50s or 60s, did they upgrade the electrical? Did they upgrade appliances?
You take that all into account.
I have to take it all into consideration for quality and condition.
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah, it makes total sense that you would need to do that. And I mean, when a real estate agent is involved and you have to reach out to a buyer directly or a seller directly about their house, hey, not only access, but hey, if you have specific questions about the outbuilding that they had or anything like that.
Right. So, there's all kinds of, and I may have to contact 2 or 3 different agents because there's different listing agents on comparable sales.
Absolutely.
So, agents, if you're watching this, it's great in your MLS if you can be specific and also include interior pics. And an exterior pic too, because when I'm looking at MLS and I have no idea what the exterior looks like either until I get there, because I have to take a picture of the exterior, but it's nice to know before I get there and get my adjustments done before I go take my comp pics.
Okay. Now, as far as appraisals go, what kind of lead time should everybody be expecting right now? I know there was a while there where people were like, it's 6 weeks, 8 weeks, or used to be 2 weeks. What are you seeing now? The market slowed down a little bit, slightly. So
it has?
Slightly. So what kind of lead time are you looking at?
Because I'm working all Thanksgiving break, and my kids are out for Thanksgiving break, but I'm working this whole week, but that's okay. I'm blessed. That's good. I can tell you I'm not going to mention any names, but one of my appraiser friends had texted me and said, I'm not taking any orders until after New Year's.
Oh, wow.
Because he's that backed up.
So somebody could order today and they, from that particular appraiser, won't get it till next year, essentially.
So when we get an order in from the AMC or, whoever it is, I know personally, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to stumble over my words. I'm trying to explain this correctly, but so I do appraisals in Hunt County, Hopkins, Delta, Wood. Am I missing one? Rains? Just the surrounding.
Yeah.
I do some Titan in Franklin also, but I have to see what other orders I have with these different counties.
Yeah.
And I want to pair them together because it would be silly and a waste of
to
time
to
go Franklin County one day, and then I'm going to go to Hunt, but then I'm going to go back to Franklin, and then I'm going to go to Wood, and then I'm going to go. So I need to get these all strategically aligned where I'm going to Franklin County one day, and I'm going to Wood. Just on a business aspect too, you're talking about gas mileage and you're talking about my time.
Yeah.
So sometimes, somebody may order something on a Monday and I'm like, oh, well, I'm going there this week. I'll just pick it up when I go. So it could be a 2-day, 3-day turnaround because you hit it just right.
Yeah.
But then I'd be like, oh, well, I just went to Hunt County yesterday, so I'm not going there for 3 more weeks. It's going to be 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I just have to, every order's different, and I have to take into account everything that I have going on.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And with your knowledge in being a real estate agent and now an appraiser, so you
and
really
I hate holding up a closing.
Yes.
And I try.
You've been there.
Right. I have been there several times. So I always try to tell agents ahead of time, hey, you may want to go ahead and do an extension because I can't get there before you're closing. Because I have the contract in my hand. I see when you're closing.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to give you some warning so you can be prepared too. Because it is frustrating as an agent. And I know that.
Yeah. So
but
you've been
also, agents, remember that appraisers are human. They do have families.
You're not a robot?
No, and I have to cook supper and do laundry and clean just like any other mama. I have to do homework, So just keep that in mind that we can't be there at every beck and call.
Yeah.
And I really try not to work weekends because I want to spend that time with my kids. I mean, it's important, and I have to have downtime myself. I mean, I work a lot of hours. Like I work late. The office is set up with a couch, Xbox. I mean, kids have, like a little home there. They love it.
Yeah.
And got their little hoverboards and bikes and all that. But it's just we still have to have downtime, and we are human.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people just feel like we are a robot, to be honest. Like, oh, well, why didn't you get that to me? Well, I'm sorry. I didn't feel good. Or, my kid was sick.
Yeah.
Things happen.
Things happen. We're all human.
Right. But I'm going to work as hard as I can to get everything done on time.
Yeah.
I try to always honor my word. If I'm going to have something in, I'm going to have something in.
Yeah.
Unless something comes up that I didn't expect.
Yeah. There's so much unexpected nowadays.
The beauty of being self-employed, right?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. You could be 2 a.m. doing your appraisal and
then you work so many hours when you're self-employed too. You're not punching a clock. So there's that.
Yeah. So is there anything else you would want public buyers, sellers, people in general to know that we haven't already talked about?
I do. So if you're listing your house for sale, your listing agent's going to be fabulous at what they do. They know how to pull comps. They know how to get the listing price and what you need for that home because they've discussed this with you, what you owe, et cetera, et cetera. But also know that an appraiser due diligence is to give market value. That does not mean it's going to be your listing price, and I'm so sorry. But you may have to negotiate. So the appraisal comes in and it's $5,000 less than what the contract price is. Well, then the seller needs to get with their listing agent. And to me, it's just ethical to come down that $5,000 for the buyer because that was the appraised value. Because if you don't, then the buyer has to come up with an additional $5,000 to the lender And now they are currently upside down.
Yeah.
And they shouldn't be upside down in real estate, ever. We've already said that. I want to say it again. Unless you absolutely have not taken care of that home, you have let deferred maintenance go into astronomical problems like a leaking roof and haven't fixed that ceiling, things like that. But if you were maintaining that home like you should, then you should never lose value in a home.
Yeah.
It's the best investment you can ever do.
Absolutely.
Ever.
Well, and to top it off also, so the appraisal comes in $5,000 more, but the seller doesn't want to negotiate that price. If it's an FHA, that appraisal stays with that home.
Yes, it does.
So
that's a good point.
So it's beneficial to go ahead and negotiate that price down. Now the buyer might meet you halfway, $2,500.
Right.
Good to go. But you now have, if you cancel that contract, you now have that appraisal stuck to your home. So next buyer who does FHA, guess what? That appraisal is going to stick with that. And only if you negotiate can you
Exactly, and that's because it's a government loan. As Ashley's pointing out, I had forgot about that. I'm glad you brought that up because that's a big deal. So,
All right. Well, I hope we got you a little bit of knowledge on appraisals. I know we get a lot of questions about it.
I did want to mention, and cash buyers even contact me a lot because they want to make sure that what they're putting, because a cash buyer, if you're not aware, they don't have to have an appraisal because they're paying cash.
Yeah.
So they're not going through a lender. But I have a lot of cash buyers contact me because they're like, I want to make sure my money invested is correct. And that is a very smart approach because I would do the same thing if I was paying cash. I want to make sure that's going to appraise out.
Yeah.
Just because that's what you are asking doesn't mean that's the true value.
Absolutely.
And every appraiser, also wanted to say this real quickly.
You're good.
Every appraiser has a different opinion. So just because I think something is worth this amount, another appraiser may have a totally different opinion. And that's okay. So
it's
wanted to say that too.
What you're looking at. I mean, we've seen it as agents. An appraiser coming from Dallas versus an appraiser being local, the prices change because you're really knowledgeable. You're here. You live here versus ones that only come out here every once in a while. Because they do Dallas mainly. So you do see a difference there just in the location.
And they don't know like the school districts that everybody's wanting to be in. And I mean they may have researched that. I shouldn't say that. But you know, let's just pull someone from South San Antonio appraiser. They wouldn't know that these people want to be, you know, they love this neighborhood because XYZ, you know, or whatever.
Absolutely.
So there's all kinds of different, that's why I'm saying
you can
every
have 5 appraisals on a house and they all come in different.
I say it's like a stock show. Okay? Someone judging a stock show, there's always going to be a different opinion.
Somebody may best pig. Nope, that's the best
Somebody
pig.
may pick this as a grand champion steer, another person's going to pick that other one as grand champion. You know, you just never know. So it's all in the eye of the beholder.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yep. All right, guys, we are going to cut to a break, and then we'll be back and talk about what happened in the real estate market last week in Hunt County.
At Money Law Firm, we are dedicated and focused on being professional, personal, and proactive.
In the title business, there's a lot of paperwork, but when you walk in the door, you don't see that. You see clean, clear walls, you see very straight lines.
Everyone here is like family.
They have a great team of people. The communication is great. I send as much business as I possibly can down here because they take such great care of us.
Good morning, welcome back to Monday Market Update, and we're gonna go over the last 7 days, Hunt County real estate market. So last week we had 54 houses listed in Hunt County.
Wow.
Yeah. That's a big number. Lately, we have not seen that big of a number. Middle of COVID, we were in the 20s. Last several weeks, we've been in the 30s. It just jumped up to 50. So a lot of people entering the market.
That surprises me too, because Thanksgiving's this week and Christmas is coming up.
Yeah, usually it's slower. We always mention on the show that right now it's a little bit slower because of Thanksgiving, Christmas. People are waiting. It's very normal. And no, we had 54 enter, and we had 30 sell last week. 30 houses sell. This is just houses. This is not land. This is not commercial. This is single family residences. So 30 homes sold in Hunt County and 21 went from active option to pending status. We currently have 267 homes available in Hunt County. And last week, we sold over $1 million a day. 9,309,000.
Wow.
Roughly. And our average sales price was $310,000.
So where was it like 3 years ago? Let's talk about the average price.
Yeah, a lot lower. A lot lower. The average price has definitely jumped up in the past 2 years.
It's up. I was going to say the average sales price right now in our area is up 15%.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
That's
You're
a
talking
lot.
like Hopkins County area.
Hopkins, Hunt, yeah, that's a lot.
Yes. Oh,
So-
yeah, absolutely. In such a short time. 15% over 10 years?
Right, that was doable.
Normal. 2 years?
That's crazy.
It's crazy. But we're in a different world than we've ever been in before. So our first house will be here in Greenville. This is 3204 Nashville Street. It is 1,632 square feet. Just came on the market 3 days ago. And it's $265,000. This is over kind of behind the hospital, and it looks like it's been redone. You got granite there and tile backsplash.
I like that. Pretty.
Yeah, it looks like they've also painted those cabinets.
Yeah,
So
it looks nice.
Really light and bright gray colors, which are in right
I
now.
love the vinyl.
Yes, vinyl plank flooring. It's going everywhere.
It's a win.
Yeah.
It's easy to clean.
There's no negative to it right now.
No, love it. Love it.
You put it in luxury. You put it in rentals. It goes everywhere.
It's awesome.
So here's a picture of the living room. They have the same color, same flooring throughout the entire house.
Good.
And here is the backyard of the house. You got a lot of mature trees. Nice double door walkout there. A large lot.
Yeah, I love that navy trim. It's so pretty.
Yeah, and this is on 0.33 acres.
Ooh.
So not your normal city lot, which is
Right.
normally like 0.12 to 0.2. You're over a quarter of an acre here. And this was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, just listed at $265,000. Our next property, we're going up to Commerce, 1401 Monroe. This is a beautiful
I
house.
love this house.
Built in 1920. So I remember I've been in this house before. It was up for sale years ago. I've been in real estate 11
I've been in this
years.
house too.
Yeah, it's come up before.
gorgeous.
It is a beautiful, beautiful house. And built in 1920, but they've redone it, but you can still have all that 1920s charm. It is 3,767 square foot, 5-bedroom, 2-bath, and they're asking $375,000.
It's on a pretty big lot too. 0.373 acres, so that's good.
Yeah, a very large
Look
lot.
at that staircase.
Isn't it beautiful?
Yes, I love it.
It looks like you got the original wood floors
Yeah,
there.
the wood floors are beautiful.
It is. They definitely kept with the charm, but updated it, and it looks really nice, light and bright. Look at that kitchen.
They updated the windows, it looks like, did they?
It looks like it. It doesn't mention that in the listing itself, but I definitely think it's been updated just by looking at the windows. They're definitely not 1920s, and they're definitely not 70s. So they've
Right.
been updated in the last decade. You got stainless steel appliances, and that kitchen looks huge. You got
Yes.
3 different spots where you have countertop. You have over there next to the stove, you have over there next to the sink, and then across from the stove. So you have multiple surfaces there. And this is one of 3 fireplaces in the house.
Wow.
This is in one of the bedrooms, but it's really nicely updated. They kept the wood, but put the tile there, so it was.
I love that
it-
though.
Yeah,
The stained wood really gives it a pop.
it does. It does. If it was painted white, like what's been happening a lot lately, it would kind of blend in. So I definitely like that.
I do too.
So here is another angle. You can see the garage in the back there. But it is
That's
wraparound
beautiful.
porches on top and on bottom. It's a beautiful house. Again, this is 1401 Monroe Street, $375,000, 3,767 square feet.
That'd be a great bed and breakfast too.
Oh yes. It's really close to the college there. Yeah, it would be a great bed and breakfast. Parents
to
coming
go
in.
stay.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. I didn't even think about that. So yeah, go take a look at that house. It's beautiful. And then our last active that just came on the market came on beginning of last week. It is 3176 FM 1562 up in Celeste. This one's on 13 acres, so not your city lot like we were just talking about a minute ago. This one's 3,878 square feet, 4-bedroom, 4-bath. So this is the biggest out of all the homes we just looked at.
It's big.
13 acres, so biggest land, biggest house. They're asking $775,000 for this property. And I think when we go inside, you'll see it's probably not going to stay on the market very long, even at that price point. Usually at that price point, you have less buyers, but when it's the house, it's the house.
Oh, nice.
It's beautiful. So this was built in 2005, and it's definitely been updated. 2005, even newer. I love the wide plank wood floors.
I do too. They're gorgeous.
Yes. Anytime I see a house with the wide planks, I'm like, it's different, and I love it. And when I build, I probably will want it. And I love, they're like a blonde wood. It's not the dark.
I was just about to comment on that because I've been watching the trends, and just to let everybody know, 70s is about to come back.
I know.
That is perfect right there. That is the blonde 70s look.
Yes.
So it's going to go with it no matter what.
A lot of times people are going dark with that stain, but I just love the blonde look.
I love it too. It's beautiful.
Absolutely. Here is the living room. They have the slate fireplace, and you can see back into that beautiful kitchen there. Same wood floors throughout, but it looks like it might transition into tile into that kitchen. We'll go to the kitchen right here. Ooh. Yeah, so it looks like a travertine, but look at that island.
That island is amazing.
It is an
It's got
island.
storage all underneath this other side.
Yeah, imagine.
I love it.
Look, that sink looks tiny on that island. It's huge. Oh gosh, if I could have that kitchen, it's gorgeous. I love it.
I love how they have the desk area over here too for your kids.
And I like where they did, they matched over the Veno hood to match the cabinets.
Yes.
So it's not just the Veno hood there. Yeah.
Right.
And then it looks like they also have a pot filler. Yes. Definitely a custom built home.
Are amazing.
Yeah. Yes. You don't have to worry about taking
double
it from
ovens.
the sink over. Yep. Absolutely. Great kitchen. Great kitchen in this great home. I don't normally put closets.
Yeah, but that closet's amazing.
I bought this closet. Put this closet in my house and I'll be a happy camper for sure. Yeah, so I thought, normally you don't get pictures of the closet in the listing because you can't really always fit the photography equipment in there. Oh, they were able to fit the photography equipment and then some in that closet for sure.
It's big.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I want it, and I'm sure everybody watching the show wants it. Yes. So here is an aerial. Yeah, so it's you got a clearing right where the house is, but for the most part it's wooded, and you have that beautiful pond right there that you wouldn't know from that very first picture that you have a pond right outside that front door.
There's some deer on that property.
Oh yeah, with how wooded it is, for sure. Again, this is 3176 County Road 1562 in Celeste, so just north of Greenville here. Beautiful property. Beautiful. So our last, we're going into now the sold. We'll have 4 sold properties to showcase here. So this one was in Commerce, on the market, one day.
Doesn't surprise me.
One day on the market, sold at asking price. This was 2517 Taylor Street in Commerce. It was just shy of 2,100 square feet, built in 1950. But you can tell just by looking at that front of that house, it had been updated since 1950. It's been painted. I love the cedar.
I do too.
Around the windows, next to the door.
The landscaping looks great.
Yeah.
The yard looks immaculate.
And that probably helped with the one day on the market.
Oh, I'm very sure.
So looks right from the beginning, right from the outside. I don't know how many times I have been showing people properties and we pull up and they don't even want to go inside.
Oh, that happens to me all the time too.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I'm out.
Yeah, so just the landscaping of that property, just the look, the gray with the wood, it definitely helps sell that property. Next one is out in Caddo Mills, 1583 FM 36 South. This one was 1,600 square feet on 2 acres. It was on the market about 44 days, which is not bad.
No, it's not. That's just a little over a month.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not bad at all.
Not bad. They were, it sold just a little less than asking price, but it was a cute house, 3-bedroom.
Very cute.
2-bath. Our next home, we're going up to Ladonia, and this one was actually sold in our office. We had the buyer's agent and the seller's agent. Barbara Thomas represented the seller, and Sarah Colt represented the buyer. This one was an off-grid house. It's completely off-grid on 34 acres. So that means the water, electricity, everything. 2,400 square feet. It wasn't on the market very long at all and sold also at asking price. And our last one, this one's just south of Greenville, just near L3. This one is 3488 County Road 3311, on the market 2 weeks. It was 2,578 square foot, 4-bedroom, 3.1 bath, built in 2014, so not very
I
old.
went in this house. I don't know.
You might have.
It's really pretty. I love the outside.
Yeah.
I love the trees. I'm a tree person though in woods. So.
Me too. Me too. I love that's probably why I picked this house to feature. I love the shaded yard. I love the trees. It's like built in the middle of the trees. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yep. So that one again was only on the market 14 days.
That didn't last long.
No. So that is all of the homes that we are featuring on today's show. Thank you, Jamie, for coming on.
I'm honored. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And if you guys have questions or you guys are buying a property not with a real estate agent, you guys can always reach out to Jamie directly to get an appraisal on your home. Real estate agents, if you want an appraisal done before listing it, Jamie's here local. She's a great resource here. Can always answer questions for you as well. And if you or somebody you know wants to be on the show or sponsor the show, give Casey Ralston a call or an email. Her information is on the screen right now. 903-454-2824. That's our office number, and she is always at the office as well. So that's going to be it for today's show. I hope to see you guys next Monday, the 10th, and I hope you guys have great Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Thanksgiving Wednesday.
I'm ready to eat.
Me too. All right, bye everybody. Have a great week.
Family is very important to us, and that's why we wanted to bring family to our business.
We tell folks that at Home Texas Real Estate, we work as a team and we're all working together to try to sell your house, or we're all working together to help you find the right one that you want to buy.
With At Home Texas Real Estate, it's our family helping your family.